Hey good man, here with an ATN for you, Authentic Talk Note. We were kind of discussing the concept of rest as we do here often because we find it very important. We have our weekly rest we want to engage in, our daily rest we want to connect in, and our 6 to 8 week rule, disconnect rest that we want to engage in. And you guys are kind of pondering like, man, this is actually a lot of work to rest because it's so much easier just to pick up the phone and scroll and check emails and check texts and stay connected. It's so much easier to plan things throughout the week and be productive and get things done because that's what life's all about, right? Getting things done. No, we want to be human beings, not human doings. And so we kind of got processing, what does it look like to actually prepare for rest? And I think that's a very important point. We always talk about rest, but let's talk about what it's like to prepare for rest. And the first step here is actually acknowledging its importance. Without rest, we really are setting ourselves up for burnout, depression, anxiety, stress, and that's the main reason we do this, is because our body was meant to rest. We can't just leave the light switch on all the time without the light bulb burning out. So there's the importance of it, and it actually allows for creativity and allows us to see life from a different perspective and allows us to see in a resourceful way rather than a fear and like there's not enough resources. The other thing is taking the day before to prepare for rest. So if you're going to truly shut down for 24 hours, it's pretty difficult to stop a train all at once, right? Or a semi coming down the hill. It doesn't just stop on a dime. You've got to slow it down in order for it to stop. So think about the day before you've planned your 24-hour rest as a day of preparation for rest. So that means getting the laundry done, getting the lawn mowed, getting the projects done that you will probably want to do on that day of rest, and truly planning the day of rest too. So it's like, what does rest look like? What does bringing energy back in look like? Some people it's recreation, some people it's sleeping in, some people it's not leaving the house, some people it's leaving the house. Just really looking at what does it look like for you that week that you're desiring, and not to get stuck in that. Let it be creative every week. Let it change. Let it shift. Just as the seasons change, we want to be changing kind of where we're at. Don't be stuck in one way and it has to be that way. But the importance here is the preparation for rest. The day before is really what's going to allow for that rest. So call to authenticity. Pick that day and then plan the day before to be prepared for that day. And then follow through when that day shows up. Push off on productivity and rest and connect with your relationships, connect with yourself. I promise you, it's fantastic. It's difficult. It's not easy. It's counterculture. It's not what we're encouraged to do in this world, but it's so beneficial. As far as circle relationships go, this is pushing back the number 5 in order to make time for the 1, 2s, 3s, and even 4s in our lives. As far as the spies go, we're looking at prioritizing our social health. Really looking at an intellectual piece here where we're being concrete in our plans, but then we're also being abstract in our freedom. So looking at intellectual health, and this is a big spiritual component too, as we talk about a lot with rest. So there's your ATN for today. I really hope that you'll engage in this and make this a weekly practice. It's so beneficial, and I strongly encourage it. All right, there's your ATN. Have a great one. We'll talk to you next time.